Did you like them? Did you not like them?
I like Snapseed better than the other one.
I like Snapseed too.
I like Snapseed more too.
What did y'all like about those?
Simplicity.
Yeah, I thought it was much more simple too. I'm just going to briefly go over the two and we're going to look at some of the examples that y'all submitted. And Landon, I did not put yours up here, even though I really liked yours, just because when I was doing it, since she sent me the photos of them, it wasn't looking as good when I tried to put it. You couldn't really tell as well.
I sent it in before he sent me the message.
Yeah, but it was fine. Like I could tell that you had the filters and you were good. So we're going to look at that for just a minute. And it won't take us long at all. And then I'm going to upload this so everyone else can look at it. So the two that we had were Photoshop Express and Snapseed. I wanted y'all to do Photoshop Express because if you take a graphic design class in high school, you'll actually do Photoshop. And if you ever go into any type of graphic design or computer-aided design, if you're working with yearbooks, if you're working with websites, anything like that in the future, even if it's not your job, if you have to deal with anything like that, you'll probably work with Photoshop. So at least you'll be a little bit familiar with the program, even though it's a little bit different on, on your camera than this. So I wanted you to look at that. And then Snapseed, I just thought was a cool program. I liked it. I was doing some reading and I came across it. And I thought it was easier, and I really like the features on it. So these are the two views that you should have seen on your app store, just to make sure you downloaded the right ones. And they're supposed to both be free. However, on Photoshop, were y'all able to save anything without doing the free trial?
I wasn't.
You weren't? Okay, I couldn't either, so I just took a photo, took a screenshot of my work there. Snapseed, I was able to edit the photos and then email them to myself. So I like that a lot better too. I don't know why it's not rated as highly, but I like Snapseed better. Photoshop is what you're going to find with more professionals using it. Snapseed is easier just for everyone to use in day-to-day use. Okay, so your Photoshop features, they have color pop features. You can add borders. I know some of y'all did that. One tap color pop features. We kind of went to that, but it's just one tap instead of having to go through a bunch of steps. Has a wide range of editing and auto fix tools, and you can also do collages, and we'll look at that. Tilden Madison did the collage feature on hers, and we're going to look at one of those. All right, and then the Snapseed, some of the highlights of their features is that you can crop, rotate, and straighten photos. Brightness, contrast, and saturation tools, so you can do a lot with the color, which you can also do on Photoshop, but it's a little bit easier in Snapseed. Ability to adjust or blur specific areas of the photo, so you can maybe make my face, if you were taking a picture of me, the sharper features on that, and then blur out the background. Or maybe you wanted the lamp to stand out behind me, and you could do that, and then blur some more of the foreground. You can smooth out skin tones. So if you have a zit on your head, or you have freckles that you don't want anybody to see, you can do that. And then a lot of single tap features, so you can just press one button and get that done. So here are my examples that I did. I used, here's one with the overlay features. I'm letting a student in. Okay, so let me go back. Okay, so here are two different overlay features that I used. This is the GR18, and this is just, it gives kind of a look of like a forest in the background, gives it more of a darker look. And here's another R7 overlay that I use. Of course, this is my original. Y'all are familiar with that from the still life photography that we did, and it gives it a completely different mood. So do y'all have a favorite of these three? We'll call them number 1, number 2, and number 3. So 1, 2, and 3. Which is your favorite? Who has a favorite? I'll have to participate. Anyone? Tilden, which is your favorite? I can't hear you. John, do you have a favorite?
3.
3. I like 3 too. That's my favorite. Deidre, which is your favorite of these?
2.
2. Okay. JT, which is your favorite?
2.
Okay. Landon?
Same as JT, too.
Okay. And what about Tilden?
2.
2. Okay. So 1, 3, and a bunch of 2s. I kind of like 3, but that's just my taste. All right. So here we have some more examples. All right. This is one that I took a few weeks ago. Y'all were supposed to do photos kind of centered around your life right now. We went to the refuge. If you haven't been there, it's outside of Starkville, and it's really, really cool. So here, I used the dream feature in Photoshop, and it kind of blurred everything and made it much more vivid, but it blurs the edges so it makes it more dreamlike. And you can tell how the color pops more, and therefore it makes him pop more in this picture and enhances it. Okay, and we're going to look at Snapseed. I really like Snapseed. Probably my favorite feature in a picture like this was the perspective picture, or excuse me, perspective feature. Did any of y'all work with the perspective feature? Okay, I don't guess anybody did. But it allows you to kind of turn the angle of the photo. So what I was able to do was make it, even though it's the same photo, it made it kind of look like he was a little bit further out in front than the other. And then I went in and I hit the grunge feature, and it kind of blurred out the background some and gave it kind of a cool old look. Now, if you had an outdoors picture that was maybe darker, not in a bright light, if I'd done this to maybe the picture you saw before in the woods, it could give it kind of a creepy look, but I like this because it gave it more of an old photo look, and all of these lines made it look like the water was just reflecting even more. So now we're going to look at some student work. This is one that Adeline did, and she's not on here, but this would have been a Photoshop feature, and you can actually do it where you can highlight the subject by putting that subject in color and then making the other black and white, and it really makes her pop over the background. Okay. And John, I believe this is one of yours. Tell us about what you did here, if you remember what you did.
It was the still life that I did a couple weeks ago. So I just put it back there and took a picture, and I think I did changed up the way that the colors were, and I forgot what tool I used, but
Okay. Do you know if this was Photoshop or if it was Snapseed?
I think it was Photoshop, I think.
Okay. I figured it was because of the
Check.
border. I really like the way that curtain looks It really makes it pop and kind of adds a point of interest there that you don't really have on the other one. And I think I have 2 of yours in here. So, all right, because I really like this. This was another Photoshop. Do you know what filters you used here? I know you rounded the edges, gave it a border, but what did you do to make that color pop?
That was on Snapseed. No,
Okay.
I did like something with the HDR or something.
Okay. And I really, the one in Snapseed is probably more of what you saw that day, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Y'all ever taken a photo when it's such a pretty day, but then it looks more muted on the photo like this is? And so that really brings out that color that you would see in real life. Good job. Okay, and I think this was one of Michaela Harden's. Here you have just the popcorn bowl, and she played with the RGB on this, and it really makes that popcorn stand out. It makes her skin stand out. It makes it look much more, I hate to say realistic, but it makes it kind of like you can almost put yourself there by the bright colors. Okay. All right, Tilden, I believe this was yours, right?
Yes.
Okay, tell me what you did here, because I really, really like this effect. It almost looks like something out of an ad campaign for tennis shoes.
I don't remember. I just messed with things until it looked good.
Okay. Do you know which program you used here?
Snapseed.
Snapseed. Okay, I really like it. Good job. Okay, and I think this was Emily Rios. She's one of our high school students. And it looks like she put a blue filter on hers, and it really made those video games pop. Okay, and then this is one of Parker's. He's actually in a Spanish Zoom right now. So since he lives with me, I told him to go to Spanish. But he edited this down, and then he put a Photoshop Express pop-up color in blue. So anything that had any little bit of blue tone to it, whether it be a gray or anything like that, it made those blue tones pop out. And this was one of my favorites, the way that it popped. Of course, it made everything else black and white. This is what he's been doing with his friends over the break. I wouldn't recommend it. Okay, and here's one that Madison did. She didn't take photos that she had taken, but she took some kind of teenage iconic photos and some of her favorite either photos or icons and things like that. And she used Photoshop and actually put it into a photo collage and then added all of the different filters and stuff. So you see the difference between if you just had a bunch of pictures sitting there and how much more effective it is with the different filters. So, all right. So did y'all have any other insights on all of this? Anything that you like, anything you didn't like? Anything? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and stop the screen share. All right, so that's about all I had today. I'm not going to give y'all another assignment this week. Your assignments were to do that and then get on the Zoom, and then we'll start back next week. Do y'all have any questions about anything?
I have not completed the assignment yet. I'm going to try and get it done today, but are you able to download those on a Samsung?
Yes, you should be able to. If you have issues downloading, let me know. So I haven't tried it. My son has a Samsung tablet, so I should have done it on that just to check, but I think that they work on both from what I've read. So I think that helps. All right, and I'm sorry, some of you chatted me the answers when I was asking questions and waiting, and I didn't see the chat until just now. So, All right, well, that should be it for this week. And y'all have a good week, and I will see you on Monday. And my middle schoolers, good luck with your iReady diagnostics. That's not a fun week, but you'll get it over with soon. So, all right, thanks, guys. Y'all have a good one, okay? All right, bye.